Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the sound system demo of the 2021 Ford F-150 and the 8-speaker B&O audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, look at speaker locations, audio inputs, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and all the different settings. Then get on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling. I'll give you my thoughts at the end. If you want to skip straight forward to just listening to the music, we've got chapters in the video. Should be able to skip, it's usually about 6 minutes or so, and get right to the music listening. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a quick look at the truck. This is technically the F-150 honk hybrid XLT trim, power boost hybrid system. It's really nice to drive actually. If you want to see more on the truck, check the links in the description for our full review and our highway fuel economy test. Coming in here as equipped, about $65,000, but this is the same sound system that you get in the XLT and Lariat and King Ranch and Platinums, all standard without stepping up to the top level B&O Unleashed system, which we review separately. So put the link to that system in the description as well. We always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV audio files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high quality binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to the factory defaults. Let's take a look at those now. Ford's Sync 4 infotainment system working better than ever. Very responsive, nicely laid out, easy to use. I actually prefer the smaller screen setup than I do the large screen like in the Mustang Mach-E. Starting up here at tone settings, you have your treble, mid-range, and bass. Let's go through those now. You can tell how easy it is for me to just tap on things and make all these adjustments happen. Other systems, it can be really cumbersome to get those to respond nicely. You also have your standard front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. We won't go through that. Speed compensated volume, off, low, medium, and high, and stereo mode, surround, and stereo for the sound modes. I'm going to do most of the test in stereo, but maybe we'll turn it into surround later on in the test. For audio controls, you've got a nice volume knob right here, easy enough to grab onto. Then you've got volume clickers on the left side of the steering wheel. For track selection, you've got a tuning knob, you've got tuning buttons, you've got tuning on the touchscreen if you're in the right screen, and you've got them right here on the steering wheel. Now, I would like if the volume controls and the track selections were on the same side so you can do the same hand for the controls, but not the end of the world. For audio inputs, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support. I'd like to see that. You've got USB-A and USB-C, and that is it. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, you don't have a CD player, and you also don't have a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack. Not the end of the world here in 2021. Speaker locations. This is an 8-speaker, 640-watt system. Starting in the front left, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming into the back. 6, 7 in the doors, and then a subwoofer somewhere around here. I think it's kind of behind and underneath the seats. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto demos. As I said, you can do it wirelessly, which I don't necessarily recommend without a wireless device charger, which I don't think this truck has. It might be down there. I guess I could throw my phone in and find out. Let's see if that pops up. No wireless device charging, so you're definitely going to lose a lot of juice doing wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but it is nice to have the option. Let's take a look at Android Auto first. You see right here, you've got your YouTube Music, Google Maps, looks really nice. You keep this side screen, so you could do your normal navigation, or say your audio, or maybe different lighting, Pro Power Onboard, Eco modes, a lot of different screens you can bring up right there. You can even swipe through them, which is kind of goofy. And you've got main menu settings right here. Apple CarPlay. So it did require a bit of finagling. I had to unplug and replug a few times. So not the smoothest CarPlay setup, but we are rocking it now. You can see even unplugged, we've got our home screen, maps, audio, and settings. All right, let's get on the road. turn that down, let you hear what the F-150 sounds like at 72 miles per hour. It's actually quite quiet in here. We registered on our phone 69 decibels. Now that's no exact science, it's just a cell phone reading, but it was going back and forth and averaged, so really quite good in here, not too loud. We are doing our highway fuel economy test right now, so if you want to see the final results for that, check the link in the description. Over to surround so you can see what difference that makes. Not quite as dramatic of a difference as it makes in some vehicles, just a little bit more of a backward sounding sound, or further back in the vehicle I mean, and a little bit more hollow. This next song, back to the sound settings, turn the bass all the way up. That Ford did here is, yeah, the really deep thumping basses aren't really there, but the mid bass is very strong. I've got mirror shakeage, I can feel it in my seat and my butt a little bit, and that's a lot more applicable and usable for most types of music, whether it's pop or rock or classical. Listeners appreciate a good amount of usable high range and mid range bass. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to rattle windows in your neighbor's house, but you pretty much have to go aftermarket to get that, especially in a truck form factor. my thoughts on the 8-speaker B&O audio system here in the Ford F-150. Not too bad. For a mid-level system, it's certainly passable. It'd be a shame if this were the highest level, but I do know that the top level B&O Unleashed sounds really, really good, and I went as far as to say it's my favorite full-size truck sound system. This is definitely a long range from that Unleashed system, but it's also a pretty big step up from something very bass sounding. So, objectively speaking, for audio quality, I'd be giving it about a 6 out of 10. However, I do really appreciate the Sync 4 infotainment system. It works really well, very easy to use, and nicely laid out. The one complaint I do have is there are too many instances where it tries to protect you for safety while you're driving, and one of those is if you like to use a USB drive for listening to music. Right now, say I'm on a highway road trip, I got 2.5 hours to go till my next stop, and I want to go to a different artist or different section of my USB drive. I go to Browse, and I try to go to a new folder. Look, the new search thing is grayed out. It says, for your safety, some features have been disabled while your vehicle's in motion. I try to go back, and I can't. So I've got other artists on this USB drive, other folders, and I can't access them. So that's pretty frustrating. There are other parts of the system as well that do that, and that's frustrating. Subjectively speaking, for a full-size truck, this price point, I'd be giving it about a 6.5. It's kind of pricey, but kind of all new full-size trucks are pricey. So thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the F-150, check the links in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.